And joining us now from Washington with more is CBS News Homeland Security correspondent Bob Orr. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Chris.
As U.S. officials pore over all the data seized in the bin Laden compound, are they any closer to finding out if there was any direct link to being helped by the Pakistani government?
Well, of course, Chris, as you know, that is the big question. And right now, officials don't have a clear answer. The intelligence suggests that bin Laden was in that compound that we've now seen near a Pakistan military academy for 5, maybe even 6 years. So President Obama says it's obvious that he had some kind of help from somebody inside Pakistan. But so far, the U.S. says it cannot find any hard evidence that Pakistani government or military leaders had any role in protecting bin Laden. Still, I have to say there are strong suspicions, even a growing distrust on both sides. Rogue elements of the Pakistan intelligence services, as we know, have been connected to terrorists in the past, Chris.
All right, beyond the technical data itself that was secured, as far as human intelligence, what are they looking to collect now, and what information are they trying to ascertain from any type of human intelligence there?
Well, you know, the courier who knew bin Laden the best, who was his link to the outside world, was shot and killed by the SEALs in the raid. However, 3 of bin Laden's wives are alive and in Pakistani custody. Now, it's obvious the U.S. wants to desperately ask them what they know, for example, about the terror leader's actions, his communications, who he met with, what the plans might have been. It's not clear at all that they have any real insight into the workings of al-Qaeda, but for the moment, for some reason, Pakistan's denying the U.S. access to them. Also, the evidence gathered from inside the compound you see here is giving the U.S. leads to other people outside the compound who may have valuable inside knowledge about how al-Qaeda was working and what it planned to do, Chris.
Bob, I know you were all over this story all weekend. What was the significance behind releasing those tapes on Saturday of bin Laden, sans audio, just kind of sitting there rocking back and forth, watching himself on television?
Those tapes were fascinating, weren't they? I mean, there were 5 of them in all, but one was really more than any of the others. It showed bin Laden, even in hiding, remained at the very center of al-Qaeda's propaganda efforts. He was obsessed with this image to the outside world. This is the tape I'm talking about. It's a home movie of the terror mastermind watching television news coverage of himself. He's sitting there huddled in a blanket. He's got a ski cap on. It's a rundown room, bare wires. It looks like a bum's room as he has a remote control flipping through the channels. In the picture, he looks very old. He has a gray beard. But that's pretty interesting because when he appeared on tapes that he wanted the public to see, you know, his terror messages, that beard was dyed black, and of course he wore the official clerical robes. Now the government says the tapes, the other evidence taken together, make it clear to them that bin Laden still very much ran al-Qaeda and was the top of the pyramid, Chris.
All right, CBS's Bob Orr in Washington for us this morning. Bob, thanks as always.
Thank you.
Now,